Coming up on the show tonight, the Rugby World Cup comes to Christchurch. We check out cricket played under a roof. And we discover new people playing lawn bowls. Stay tuned for all this and more. Good evening and welcome to episode 5 of Offside. I'm Kirsty Stanway.
And I'm Reuben Mama.
We're from the New Zealand Broadcasting School and each week we'll come to you from a different sporting location around Christchurch.
This week we're at the Hagley Netball courts, the home of netball in Christchurch.
You know, Rubes, many famous feet have graced this court. One of my all-time favourites, Nehe, she made her big break on here.
That's quite cool, Kirst. I've no idea who that is, but you know why I love my netball.
Tell me, Rubes.
Just the skillful passing on court's pretty impressive.
Nothing to do with those short dresses then?
Of course not.
Kicking off the show tonight, the Black Caps have started their Trans-Tasman series against Australia today, with day 1 of the first test match underway right now. As this is pre-recorded, we actually have no idea what the score is at the moment. I'm sure the Black Caps are doing well. Now to a bit of league. The Kiwis lost their opening game of their 3-match series against England, but are looking to redeem themselves on Sunday morning in game 2. And if you can still manage to get up in the early hours of the morning after the Rugby World Cup, tune into the Kiwis game at 3:30 AM. But now for the biggest story of the week. We did it. Our boys went back to back, black to black, and brought home the Rugby World Cup from England. I thought we did it. Me and you, Rubes. Yeah, we did too. We did pretty well. Read the thing. All right. The boys were in town today and they brought along their companion, the Rugby World Cup, back home with them from England. I went down and got amongst the celebrations. This is how Christchurch welcomes home a team of world champions. It was a blackout on the sunny streets of the city centre, with fans hoping to get a glimpse of the men in black and World Cup gold.
Very excited, yeah. They woke up early this morning, got their All Blacks jerseys ready and went off to school for a few hours and yeah.
I'm so happy to see them back home and they're the best, they're the heroes. Just very proud of them.
Great stuff, great stuff. Only Canterbury turn it on like this.
For the All Blacks, it was a reception that made the last 4 years of hard work all worth it.
It's awesome, bro. I think the most special thing about this is that we done, as a team, we accomplished something that never been done before, you know? So it's just good to be down here. We've seen all our family and friends, and now it's good to come out and see the fans and that.
I think Kiwis understand what winning a World Cup means, and you know, it's not an easy thing to do, but everyone gets a lot of joy out of it, and I guess that's a great way to say thanks for all the support, because it means a lot to this team, and it's just awesome to see everyone excited.
It's so good to see all our fans, and yeah, we love everyone, and just happy that we can do it for everyone.
For many senior All Blacks who experienced the 2011 victory, the moment was still something to savour.
It is bringing back some memories. Obviously, they're both different tournaments, different team, but it's awesome to see all these people out here.
It's outstanding. Did you expect this reception?
Yeah, I think I did, you know. Christmas people love their footy, always them behind us, so it's great.
It's great to get a chance to celebrate such a special moment with the people of Christchurch. So.
But for some new faces, it was a dream come true.
Oh no, mate, it's been unreal. Yeah, overwhelming. It's awesome to be here. It's everyone turned out today. It's yeah, awesome, bro.
How good looking is Beauden Barrett? Your thoughts on all this, mate?
Oh, it's unbelievable. What a turnout. It's even better that the sun's shining, everyone's happy, it's good times.
As you can see behind me, it's absolutely pandemonium. There's thousands that have turned out here in Christchurch. The All Blacks are making their way into Hagley Park for the reception behind me. An amazing scenes. And it was only fitting for Captain McCaw to lift the trophy just one more time for Christchurch. Reuben Mama, Offside. The All Blacks World Cup victory has highlighted just how much rugby plays a part in New Zealand society. Reuben and I went out to seek reaction from 3 people in very different positions. Never has a rugby jersey provided so much joy and pride to New Zealanders. The All Blacks jersey simply defines part of our identity.
I think it represents who we are, so the mana behind New Zealand, the culture and the spirit that comes with being an All Black and having them represent you as an individual when you're travelling. If you're wearing that jersey and you're travelling, you are You are seen to be almost part of that team. You know, we are all Blacks in the terms of the New Zealand population.
Kiwis all around the world wore their black jerseys as they supported the team on their quest to win back-to-back Rugby World Cups.
Before the Rugby World Cup final, we sold out of the Rugby World Cup jersey, and then post the Rugby World Cup, obviously with the final and the release of the winner's jersey, so far to date we've pre-ordered just over 300 units.
Within the rugby-mad Canterbury region, the World Cup victory has given the province even more to celebrate.
It reinforces the good feelings in the community, and of course rugby's a part of that, and for us, having gone through an ITM Cup campaign, and being successful in the final of that against Auckland, it's dovetailed really nicely with the conclusion of the World Cup. So it's just a great feeling to be part of rugby and living here.
The Canterbury Rugby Union hopes the result may even inspire All Blacks of the future.
We should all just sit back and enjoy the success that's come and the attention on it. And again, there'll be little guys and little girls out there who might give rugby a go or might come to our games, and so it's a really positive interaction at every level.
Canterbury prop Joe Moody was lucky enough to come into the squad as an injury replacement and started the World Cup final.
You know, as a family, we're just really proud of Joe. He's done a great job. He's worked really hard, and to see him step up and perform in kind of a clutch situation is really great.
But winning a World Cup doesn't get him out of doing his share of chores.
I believe my other two sisters would beat me as much as him if I were to treat him any differently. No, I think that's part of the coolness of our family. He's Joe to us, and while we're very proud of him, it doesn't change the fact that he has to do dishes like everybody else.
After the final parade in the capital, Joe's family will celebrate his success over the dinner table.
There'll be a family dinner, as we do for anybody on anything that they do. Obviously, winning a World Cup's a bit of a big deal. So, yeah, we'll probably more than likely be out at Mum's and have a dinner and make fun of him and be proud of him at the same time.
So what does the man of the moment have to say?
To be honest, I'm not fussy. My sisters are all really good cooks, so whatever they whip up, mate, I'm sure it's going to be outstanding.
There were almost as many Moody signs for the Christ College Old Boy as McCaw, so we thought we would end like this.
Go Joe Moody!
Ruben Mama.
Kirsty Stanway.
Offside.
Speaking of jersey sizes, Rubes, you're looking a bit like Stephen Donald over there. What size is this one?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm definitely not a size small, that's for sure. But I mean, when Beaver had his jersey on, it was pretty tight, and he won us the World Cup, so maybe my tight jersey might give me a bit of good fortune today.
Yeah, well, one thing these jerseys do, they do make you look quite buff, don't they?
Oh, thanks, Kirst. You're too kind. We all know that Canterbury produces some top-notch rugby players. But how do we stack up in the football world? Barnaby Clark went along to watch the Mainland Pride girls train.
Hey guys, I'm down here at ASB Park checking out a Mainland Pride training. The girls have won back-to-back championships, so let's see how they do what they do so well. These girls are Canterbury's top footballers, and with back-to-back national ASB women's titles, the whole country's too. So what sets the Mainland Pride above the rest of the pack?
I suppose it's a desire to do very, very well, but I suppose it's the girls have tasted that winning mentality and they just want to keep tasting that.
The team has taken 3 wins and a draw from the 4 games so far, something that can be attributed to the vibe amongst players.
The dynamic's great. We've got a real good bunch of girls, some older heads who have been within the environment for, let's say, about 4 or 5 years, and some real good, young, enthusiastic girls who bring a little bit of banter, a little bit of laughter, a bit of that youthfulness to the environment.
We've had a few meals together, and a lot of the girls are friends from club as well, so it's just about bringing those cliques together from the clubs and becoming one team.
And while the skill level of the players is certainly evident, a big score is the support of the home crowd.
You know, everyone backs Mainland, which is fantastic. We usually get a couple hundred people down to the game, so yeah, hopefully they back us this year and continue to support us how they have the previous years.
So will we be seeing any of these girls representing the country?
We've got a number of young girls who aspire to play to that top level, and I suppose that's one of the drives which helps support what we're trying to do, is they bring that into this training environment.
And as for another championship,
the drive is there for a three-peat.
Barnaby Clark, Offside.
It's a game of cricket played indoors, but with a few major rule changes. Russell Maloney checks out the indoor cricket scene in Christchurch.
Indoor cricket in Christchurch is in full swing. It has the same gear, the same actions, and the same competitive edge to it, just like outdoor cricket. But there are a few rule changes. Make sure you listen carefully.
In indoor cricket, you get out. When you get out, you lose 5 runs. If you hit the ball and you do a quick run, you get 1 run. If you hit the side nets in the front court, you get 2 runs. If you hit the side nets in the back court, you get 3. Side net to back net, you get 4. Floor to back net, you get 5. And on the back net on the full is 7.
Get all of that? Good, because there's more to come. There are 8 players per side. Each bowler has to bowl 2 overs, and every batting pair has a maximum of 4 overs in the middle. Also, if you don't score within 3 balls, you're out, and you lose 5 runs. Now, indoor cricket was first created in Australia in the 1980s. It then came to New Zealand shortly after, where it seems to have caught on. There are representative teams of all ages, and they have a World Cup every 4 years. Last year, the World Cup was hosted in Lower Hutt, where we lost to the Aussies in the final. Moving on. What can you expect when you turn up at How's That Indoor Cricket Centre?
You need to be ready to play down at the old dusty indoor cricket hall. You know, there's some dusty characters down here, so you have to be able to keep your wits about you.
But don't worry, pitch conditions are fine, and they run a pretty slick operation here.
Pretty standard, all the same every week, so you know.
I saw a bit of money change hands at the start. This isn't a Chris Kent sort of setup, is it?
Nah. Oh, we try not to. The boys on the field sometimes spot us the beers, but you know.
So, why should you get down and give it a go?
Good lads, bit of exercise, a couple of beers, you know, just good people really, yeah.
Russell Maloney, Offside.
Old Rusty's been involved in a fair bit of match fixing over his time.
At Barrett, eh?
Instead of fixing the score, he's watching the ladies play it straight. Hey, Russell?
Because he certainly won't be fixing anything there though, eh, Russ? Russ?
Yep.
There's a new sport educating Canterbury kids, and I bet it's one you wouldn't expect. Offside reporter Emily van Veldhoven finds out lawn bowls isn't only for the old codgers.
Lawn bowls. A new technique to get the ball rolling in children's education.
So remember, if you've got...
Bowls Canterbury is using the sport to teach these kids important values.
The fundamental skills of teamwork and being a good loser and a good winner as well. Like, you can't always just be a winner at every sport, so you've got to be able to take the good with the bad also.
Every Wednesday, students from high schools around Christchurch meet to play a classic game of lawn bowls. After a quick bite to eat, it's time for action. 14-year-old Alex from Burnside High School likes the challenge.
You sort of had to think about what you're actually going to do. It wasn't just sort of a game where you could just throw it down and, yeah, you had to think.
Bowls is a good opportunity for kids who aren't so sporty to bring them up to the same level as the sportier kids, because since it isn't as physically demanding as like a rugby or netball, they can easily pick it up. There's just a lot of stereotype stuff behind like netball, where you need to be tall and fast and things like that. But with bowls you can be any shape, size, tall, short, whatever, and it doesn't really matter too much as long as you're having fun. Yeah.
And it seems to be keeping these kids cool after school.
I reckon it teaches you to be calm, kind of. Like, if you're rolling it in the opposite direction, you'd like want to get angry, but you don't, because you don't want to look like a, I don't know,
gorilla.
Yeah, you don't want to look like a gorilla in front of everybody else, and that just embarrasses you.
Emily van Veldhoven, Offside.
Speaking of gorillas, Kirst, what sort of animal do you think I look like?
Wow, with these little bits of whiskers I've seen on the side of your face from shaving last night, I would say a dog.
Yeah, it's fair to say I was in a bit of a rush, so hey, it's all good.
She can step, she can pass, and she's this week's young gun for Offside. I checked out this up-and-coming Rugby 7 star.
Hi, I'm Taylor Aldridge, I'm 18 and I'm this week's Young Gun for Offside.
She's only small, but she has plenty of achievements to her name.
Last year at Touch Under 21s Women's we won nationals up there. We won school 10s the last 2 years, and this year we're in the plate final. Hockey, we got up to Fed Cup, which is like the top tournament for schoolgirls, which is a big achievement for Burnside.
Ernie's only been coaching Taylor for 1 year, but he can already see her potential.
Just the leadership qualities. She's got a good pass, which a lot of people can't get at a young age. Good tackler, good defensively, so yeah, a lot of promise, a lot of potential, and hopefully she's got that will and want to do it.
Now that sevens is an Olympic sport, could the games be an option?
Yeah, definitely in a couple of years' time. I think there's a lot of youngsters have the ability, whether or not they can get the coaching, the right coaching to carry on with it.
Taylor's coaches have had a big influence on her.
I think like at the moment I'm still quite young and development-wise as well. So the coaches I've got around me, like they've got a lot of input and they've been working with me since year 9 pretty much. So that's been good.
Being so talented at a number of sports comes with its challenges. Time. She's been forced to pick certain codes as her training schedule is chocker.
Usually 2 morning trainings, and then like I do music as well, so that as well, and then I've got about 1 or 2 trainings every day after school, and then sometimes like this sort of thing, like a tournament on a Saturday, or yeah, hopefully get a rest day in there as well.
And it's not just sport she succeeds in. Taylor wants to do a double degree in science and sports coaching at Canterbury next year. So what will the future hold for this budding athlete?
Hopefully, as I say, the NPC team or the Canterbury Women's like Sevens, like a regular member in those both. Maybe looking at New Zealand squads even, so that would be quite a cool achievement to make.
Watch this space. This young woman's going places. Kirsty Stanway, Offside. When Kiwis think of shot put, they probably think about Valerie Adams winning Olympic gold. But there's a bloke rising up through the ranks on the road to Rio. Barnaby Clark talks to Tom Walsh.
G'day guys, I'm here with New Zealand shot putter Tom Walsh. Tom, you took out silver at the Glasgow Games last year. You're on the road to Rio. Should we go have a wee chat? Nice to meet you, mate. You too. Tom, mate, thanks so much for joining us at Offside here today. Hey, mate, you know, silver Glasgow last year. How have things been since then?
Yeah, pretty good. Look, I had a great year this year. I won against everyone on the circuit, and got 4th at World Champs. And of course, as I said, my PB increased 4 or 5 times through the year, and that's New Zealand record and area records.
It's a new personal best, a new area record indeed.
The only disappointing part was missing out on a medal at World Champs. But apart from that, mate, I don't have any problems with the year. I just wouldn't. It would be nice to have, you know, a bronze or a silver, you know, hanging around my neck.
And you know, obviously 4th World Champs. Was that a highlight of the year? You know, what have sort of some highlights been?
Probably winning one of the Diamond Leagues, which is, you know, the top level of competition under World Champs and Olympics, obviously. Competing really well at World Champs. I think it was the furthest ever throw for 4th place, which is I'm quite happy about, but also a little bit annoyed about. And just being really consistent through the whole year, apart from obviously my first few comps in New Zealand, the rest of the season form was really consistent, and I've got a really good base there, and it seemed to hold me in good stead for World Champs. So look, we're looking to do the same thing next year, and hopefully just bring that base up a little bit.
How hopeful are you for Rio?
Oh look, mate, put it this way, if I can stay injury free and I keep going this way, there's no reason that I can't do very well at Rio. You know, I'd be very disappointed if I didn't do better than what I did at World Champs, put it that way.
You've got to be that game.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Barnaby Clark, Offside.
It's crunch time for Canterbury University students as they take on exams and put in endless hours of study. But one sporting group is breaking the cycle. Emily went to find out more.
Forget the library. You'll find these uni students amongst Canterbury's most challenging terrains. Bike Society of Canterbury University is a growing club that brings together all types of students.
It started off with a lot of mountain bike guys keen to ride together and start a club at uni. And from there it just embraced all biking types, and Now we've got a club where we've got road bikers, mountain bikers and just even commuters.
UC Bike meet once a term to ride together, and in preparation for a steep track ahead of them, a quick gym sesh is crucial. The windy roads of Sugarloaf provide challenging terrain for both road and mountain bikers, and these boys simply love it.
It's obviously a pretty big passion of mine. I've spent a disgusting amount of money on it, and UC Bike allowed me to kind of meet some people who were also so stoked about biking. I mean, you can see all of us sitting there, everyone's talking about bikes and nothing else.
Drinking is a common choice of escaping the stresses of studying, but UC Bike provide a healthier alternative to get away from the books.
Today we're just doing a bit of a fun social ride, just the roadies. We were going to head along Summit Road here and probably do some hill climb efforts or some sprints with each other, and the mountain bike boys will head out and probably try not to fall off their bikes too often.
With the university year coming to an end, the boys of UC Bike will look forward to the cycle again next year. Emily van Veldhoven, Offside.
You will have seen her in the earlier Mainland Pride story. Here's Victoria Esson in this week's challenge because producer Sam actually got this one done.
Hilarious. I've heard that one before.
Can she go top of the leaderboard? Let's find out.
This week for Can You Quotes, we're joined with Mainland Pride captain Victoria Esson. Vic, how's the season going so far?
Good, thank you. We've had 3 wins and 1 draw so far, so 4 games down, 3 to go, and hopefully we can continue undefeated as the season goes on.
Oh, sounds good. Now, quoits. It's a game you use with your hands. You play a game solely used with your feet. Are you worried in any way?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how this will go. I'm a goalkeeper, so I should be able to hopefully throw accurately, but somehow I don't think that's quite going to work out today. I'll do my best though.
And now football is used to playing in any conditions. There's a wee bit of rain, bit of wind. How are you going to adjust to that?
I'll do my very best to take that in consideration, but again, I'll try and make a disclaimer now that it still might not be very good.
Hey, awesome. Let's get into it, eh?
Great, thank you.
Awesome. So Victoria, you got 1 on Can You Quotes. How do you feel about that?
There's definitely room for improvement, but I think I'll stick to football for now.
Not very good, was it?
All right, you jump in goal and we'll see what happens now.
Rightio. Ball's all yours. I actually was a goalkeeper back in my youth days.
High expectations then?
Yep. No!
Hi, my name's Victoria Esson, captain of the Mainland Pride, and I got 1 on Can You Quotes. Sophie Pascoe, you're up next.
We've come to the end of our show today, but not without a few struggles. Ruben's just managed to get through the show in his size small top without killing over.
It's a very tight top, it's been tough.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate his uniform if we just zoom down and take a look at these bare feet?
I am sporting feet today because it's a beautiful day out here in the Garden City. The sun's shining and as they say, sun's out, jandals off.
These are the new All Black boots. Check out Adidas for the new range.
All my feet. That's it for the show tonight. Good luck to all Canterburyans taking the field this weekend. Do us proud like the All Blacks.
And also a huge thank you to Christchurch Netball Centre for letting us film here today at the Hagley Netball courts.
Join us next week for more local sports stories around Canterbury. If you have a story you think would be good on our show, feel free to send us a message on our Facebook page.
Good night.